Hey team, I have a pretty good topic for you today, but before I get into it, I wanted to just discuss a loss that my hometown community we kind of shared a loss of a high school star. He was a high school football star, but he was more than that to a lot of people. But my prayers go out to the family and the friends of Frank Williamson. Um, but I'm 39 years old now. I've been out of high school for about 21 years, and you have it when your classmates, you start losing classmates, then it does become a concern. It lets you know that it's a blessing that that I'm still here, that we're still here. So just keep his family in your prayers and his close friends. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is having a vision. Making a plan. A lot of people, have a lot of conversations from different people, coworkers or people that I know from my childhood or whatnot, and it's a lot of my conversations are very productive. It's very, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is, if I ever get a break in life or whatever, I'm going to do this. But however, it's very important to put that down on paper of what you want to do. I recently updated what I call is my vision board, and I'll kind of get into it. I'm gonna share it too on the site. But so before you could even make a vision board, and a vision board does not have to be cardboard and old school magazine pictures or writing or something like that. It could be all digital. But before we get into that, you want to define what your vision is for yourself, right? You got to define your personal goals and desires. And then once you define those, then you brainstorm, right? You brainstorm what does that mean to you? What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? What does it mean to be financially stable? You brainstorm, right? So when you brainstorm, I don't like to use the word dream, but maybe you dream, right? I want to have a yacht, right? You write that down. I want to have, $1 million in the bank or whatever. Whatever you don't think you can attain, but it would be nice to have. It's good to write that down in that brainstorming session, because then you'll construct. So you'll construct your vision. So you define it, you'll brainstorm, and then you'll construct your vision. Now, once you can, a part of constructing is visualizing it. So whatever it takes for you to capture, right? If it's a yacht, and you want to, personally, my board it's all digital, right? So if I want to put a yacht on it, I'm gonna Google yacht, right? Images, right? Copy and paste. Thank you, Google. Hopefully it's legit, right? But anyways, you're taking your definition of your vision and the brainstorm thereof, and then you're making it something that you can see. The yacht's not big enough, find a yacht that's big enough, right? Make it part of what you want to do or what you want to see. Like I said, the vision board does not have to be doesn't have to be any kind of physical cardboard. If that's easier for you, by all means, again, it's your board. It can be however, or you can make it however you want to be. Okay, so once you consolidate, you start to construct, then the dreaming must stop, right? So everything that you have envisioned for yourself, for your family, for whatever, has to be some reality to it, right? Because you don't want to put something on your vision board that's just a dream. You want to put something on your vision board that you can actually attain. So make sure that once, when you're constructing your vision board, make sure during that process, you come to the point where you say, hey, no way I'm gonna be able to get $2 million, right? Maybe I can get 500,000 or $1 million, or if 1,000, whatever that limit is, just make sure it's realistic. Doesn't have to be small, but just make sure it's something that you know you can attain or you can come close to getting, okay? And then also when you make your board, well, lastly, when you make your board, you can always change it, right? It's not something that you have to set a 50-year plan or something like that. It could be like, okay, with over the next year, this is my vision for me, right? And then you work to attain those things. And then once you attain them over that year, over that 2 years, you like, I have to write things down and mark them off because it makes me know that I'm making progress. Sometimes it's hard to see that you're making progress when you have a bigger goal in mind, right? So I got to the point not too long ago, I said, hey, it's time for me to update my board because I have attained some of the things that was on my original one. And then some things I had to refocus, right? So, you can call it a vision board, you call it a focus board, whatever you think, whatever you believe in. Had an old wise man once tell me, if you fail to plan, you're gonna plan to fail, right? So you have to create a plan of some sort, or you're gonna fail because nothing in life is just gonna happen, right? Something, you're gonna have to sacrifice something, or you're gonna have to plan, or you're gonna have to make preparations for it. It's just not gonna happen. And nothing, the generation we're in, of course, we want everything to happen, microwave, right? However, it's not reality. Okay, so it's very important that you create your vision. First, you define what it is to you. What could it mean for you could mean something different to me, and vice versa. So you have to define it, you have to construct it, and then you have to make it plain, right? And update often. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share today. And I wanted to ask you and encourage you. Well, let me ask you first, what is your vision? And then I encourage you to create a product showing what your vision is and post it. You want to keep it personal, post it in your in your private space. If you want to, let the world know you mean business, share it on whatever platform, but create those standards for yourself, right? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about us, right? So y'all hear me talk about focus, flex, and drive. You focus in on yourself, and you're gonna flex, right, to get to that goal, and then you're gonna drive it. Worked out for me. Anyways, so if you look, you take a look at it again, I'm kind of sharing with y'all. I'm kind of opening myself up, being vulnerable, and sharing some things that I'm passionate about with y'all, right? So at the top, right, vision. I have their vision my vision is like iron sight, right? So what that means to me is I'm locked in to what the things I want to do in life and where I am in life, and I've defined my goals and my desires in life. So that's what that means to me. You can see, I like I've said before, Christ is first in my life, and I know I wouldn't be where I am today and living the life that I am living if I believe different, right? So I'm very thankful for the things that I've overcome and the things that I've had to deal with, because it made me the person I am today. I have I'm looking at the middle of my board, and you see is the compass is set on leader, and I tell you something about being a leader. Of course, my profession has required me to be a leader. I know when to lead and I know when to follow. So I'm not, I don't have to be in front, don't have to be in charge all the time. However, when that time comes, you know, I try to be ready and try to be, you know, prepared. So let's see. Let's look at live music. I love live music. Nothing. There's no backstory on that, right? It's just, hey, I love live music, right? So my wife knows that's my favorite pastime. We try to go to places that have live music and you know, restaurant or whatnot, guitar, piano, whatever. That's always been my thing. Is music. Let's see, entrepreneur. So I've always had an itch to be an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur before. I've owned 2 different businesses. I had Jenkins Investment Properties LLC when I had my 5 rental units when I lived in North Carolina. And then when I went to Texas, I had JT's Mobile Car Wash and Lawn Care. Both were great businesses. However, unfortunately, they did not succeed, right? And I'll again, I'm gonna share some more of this stuff with y'all. This is just a snip of some of my experiences, but I am preparing to venture out again, and I'll release that. I'll share it when I'm ready. But it's always something, you know. Those that knew me as a child, you know, when I was a kid, I was the guy in the neighborhood that was pulling his lawnmower behind his bicycle. You know, I ended up having so many jobs to where I had so many clients where my dad had to take me into some of my jobs because I couldn't take my bike there. It was on the other side of town. So I've always had a niche for it, right? I've always been the type to not really worry about what people think of me. Just do what I know is right and do what I want to do. But anyways, as you see on the side, it says G Mentions Worldwide LLC. So that'll be the next venture, overall venture. However, is have a little bit more. It have a few more trinkets to it. So if you look at the bottom of entrepreneur, I have the word dedicate. So I don't think a lot of people realize how how much work and dedication it takes to actually run a business. It's a lot of work. Okay, it's a lot of work. So I encourage y'all to press forward and do your homework and drive it, right? Again, focus, flex, and drive. You're going to hear me refer to that a lot, but again, it takes dedication. It's not going to be easy. The idea coming out of your mouth may sound like peaches and cream. However, getting that clientele, paying payroll, things like that, it takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of work. Okay, and the things I said, I know that I can do them because again, I'm a believer of God, and I know, like, one of my favorite scriptures is I have it on my vision board, right? I can do all things through Christ, right? Philippians 4:13. So I'm not, I know it's not by my will, right? I know I'm not He-Man or any Superman like that, but I know that I can do things through Him. I'm not anything on my own. So of course we have, the nice beach picture, right? Vacation. Everybody wants to do that, right? Had to slap that on there. The truck. Yeah, I want a new truck. Yeah, my truck is getting us through right now, right? We're about to take a major leap, and it's doing the job. However, I'm gonna eventually need something a little bit better and a little bit more reliable. And again, of course I have a plan, right? So if you look at that truck in the middle, is going to be linked with the words on the far left side, right? So you got the truck, and then you got the Worldwide LLC. And it'll be more to come. So it'll be more to come. I'm excited. But anyways, gotta throw money on there, right? Gotta have a vision for that. You see the fifth wheel RV on the road. It's kind of busted off to the side. See the DD-214, for those that don't know, DD-214 is what you get when you retire out of the military. So those are on the horizon. Those two things there. So it all means something. Again, this was designed by me. It was inspired by me, so it all means something. Let's see, what am I leaving out here? We got, okay, write, share. So again, I'm in the process of my first book. Okay, I'm working with the editor. She's awesome. She's kind of pointing me in the right direction. And the reason why I put share, because when you write, again, if I'm not writing a diary or something personal, I'm going to share it, right? So you have to be vulnerable enough to share what you write, again, but while respecting everybody if you write about somebody, you respect that person. Y'all know I like bikes, right? Never had a cruiser. That's on there. It'll come eventually. Top left, I've had a Benz before. Of course, it was the same model as the one on there, but however, that one's like brand new. So, you know, I like my big luxury cars, so I'll eventually get another one. Okay. Let's see. Motorcycles. Got one in the top right. Again, that's one of my passions, right? I like riding. I think I went down to Daytona years ago. I think it was 2013 or 14. I went down there for Bike Week and I had a blast. Hopefully after, you know, we get through the current situation, everything will kind of go back to normal, and those events will reconvene. I always wanted a food truck, you know. I'm blessed to have a wife that's an amazing cook. But if we could channel that on a commercial platform, it'll be awesome. So that's on there. You see that picture? That picture was taken in Panama City around 2013, somewhere around there, when I was stationed at Eglin in Fort Walton Beach. But anyways, this is a picture I always look at, and I you know, I'm not trying to brag about how I look or whatever, but again, I'm looking at a man that is determined to conquer his vision, right? So that picture means a lot to me. And I remember looking out over the water. I was actually getting ready to get on a jet ski and go out on the water when I took that picture. I've always had a dog growing up. I really want an English bulldog. I'm still working on my wife. You know, we're gonna get there. Just keep us in prayer on that. but our dog experiences have been questionable. But hopefully one day I'll be able to get me another dog. So see, I got a lot about the family in the middle. It's, you know, again, it's in the middle for a reason. Family, kids, and of course, right at the center of it is my wife, who has stuck by me for you know, for six years now, actually. So we'll be celebrating our 6th anniversary on Saturday, I think. One of those days, Saturday or Sunday. It's let me get it right. The 30th, so it's Sunday. I was, you know, I'm not with her right now, so I was actually on the internet last night shopping for for an anniversary gift, and I'm excited. She's gonna be excited. So it's something that will be perfect. It's gonna be very fitting for our 6th anniversary, especially with me not being there. So I'm excited about that. But she's the love of my life. She's at the center of my heart. Of course, you know, I love my family and my kids. You know, I have a 14-year-old from my previous marriage, and our relationship has always been strong, or has remained strong through all the trials and that we had to go through. So, and Inaya, she's really been my backbone through a lot. And then I have my other two to keep me busy. They keep me busy, boy. Keep us busy. So, love my kids, my family, my parents. Thank God, you know, they're still living. And I'm thankful that I haven't really shared a lot about that whole situation, but I'm thankful that I'm able to help them in a time of need. It's not a secret. My parents are living with me right now, and again, hats off to my wife. You know, she's, oh man, I wish I could buy the world, you know, to show my appreciation. She's really been helping me out a lot. So, and if you look at the tattoo, but if you look at the G, looks like Superman, but it's a G. Of course, you know, I've been called it all, G-Man, Superman, and all that. But anyways, when I guess it's been about 21 years ago when I first joined the military, I actually got a tattoo that resembles that, right? So I call it G-Man tattoo, and it's my personal brand. I mean, you know, it's me, but yeah. So my vision board, like I said, it says a lot. It means a lot, and it really it's a discussion piece. So if you look at the words, balance, I believe in balancing. I believe in balancing your professional time with your family. I believe in balancing your church time with everything else, right? I don't think anything should be out of balance. If you find yourself going to church every night and your husband is at home every night, something's not right. Something's not balanced. So we must live a balanced life. If I'm having too much fun, right, and my family's at home waiting on me to come home all the time, then something is out of balance. It's time to rebalance. So it's easy to get out of balance, especially with work. So I have this philosophy about work. We work way too much. And I don't mean that as in my current position. I mean across the board. We work way too much. And I was my British friends when I lived in England, you know, they told me like, gee, y'all like to work when the sun come up and all the way to the sun go down. And again, that's all we know, right? We know 40 hours a week, because we got to get 40 hours a week. That's full time and this and that. Take the kids to before school program. Take the kids to after school program. Like that's just that's what we know, right? But again, if you really think about it, we spend a lot of time at work, right? And a lot of that time that we spend at work, we're not working. So if I was president for the day, we'll work 9 to 3, right? That'll be regular hours. You'll get paid the same amount. You work 9 to 3, okay? So, let's see what else we got on there. Passion, again, it kind of goes with dedication and drive. You have to be passionate about what you believe in, because, you know, I'm pretty sure y'all heard the saying, but if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for pretty much anything, right? So you have to believe in something. Excuse me. Whether it's, you know, I always tell people that say they don't believe in God, right? Like, well, that's cool, you don't believe in God, but you believe in something. you know, everybody has their own beliefs, right? And we all must respect each other. Simplify. That's a big one for me. And I learned that through, I bought that lesson. So we must simplify our lives. It's a lot of times that when you look back at your current situation, it's, you have caused, you bring in the stress, and you bring in the artist said the other day, the entanglements, right? A lot of times we bring that on, and it's a lot of things that we could just keep simple. You know, if you can't afford something, don't put it on a credit card. If you can't, if it's easy to control what you can control. And I'm kind of really dabbling into what I have in my book, but we must keep things simple. Must keep things simple because you can only take on so much, and you can only deal with so much, and you have to really look at, okay, why am I in this situation? Am I in this situation because I'm in it because I didn't have any control over it, or I'm in it because I was trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, to get to John first before Eric did, So a lot of times we bring in all that all that tension in situations and things like that. So it's very important that we keep our lives simple, okay? I tell you, and then I have hidden on here, listen first, then speak. So that's very important, right? Because how many of you people you know that are not smart? So you have, like, especially on my job, the young guys, they, if we just did it this way, why we got to do it that way? We should just do it this way. It's always like, why, and it's sometimes you have to really understand a thing before you're really able to respond to it. A lot of people don't understand stuff, and then they want to create these opinions and perceptions of things that they really don't understand all the way. Okay, so it's very important that you listen, especially when you're dealing with your spouse or whatnot. Of course, when you're dealing with your spouse or you're dealing with a critical issue, you want to make sure you just listen first. And you may not be able to respond right then. You might have to take a day or two. I'm not good at responding, right? I have to really think about a thing. I'll get back with you tomorrow. But yeah, it's very important that we listen. We listen first. If you look at the bottom right, it says, on this rock I build. So, and the reason why I placed that there is because you have to start building somewhere. And it's funny how you see it's not on a hard surface, right? It's like on sand and water, right? Because at that time, and I'll be honest with y'all, if y'all look at that picture of me, at that time I was going through a divorce. I was, paying child support. I was broke, so I had a lot going on right then. So like I said, I always look at that picture and I'm like, man, that's a strong man right there, because I had a lot going on right then, a lot, okay? But anyways, you have to build somewhere. You can't say, well, I can't build here because I lost my job, or I can't build here because I didn't get promoted, right? You have to start somewhere. Like, whatever your ground is, you just start building, and then eventually you're gonna get to the top. Okay. So it's very important that you drop that rock and you start building, or you get on that foundation and you start building something. Because again, you don't have to have everything. You don't have to show people. You don't have to show anybody what you have, or there's no, y'all hear me talk about the rat race. There's no need to be in a rat race. So you build for you. You set your plan. You set your vision. You define what those parameters should be, and it's all on you. You stay in that driver's seat. Another one of my favorite analogies is you're the captain of your ship, right? The captain steers the ship. The captain goes down with the ship, right? So you're the captain of your ship, and you stay in control of it. Again, it's been 20 minutes on this, so I'm gonna cut it, but I'm not gonna prolong the time. I can go on and on, but I'm very excited to be sharing with y'all, and I hope everyone gets something out of it. And if you do, please share what I'm sharing on whatever platform you want to share it on. your Facebook, IG, whatnot. Just share it, please, and get the word out about what I have going on over here. But again, I ask y'all to focus. I ask you to flex, and I ask you to drive that thing to the finish line. All right, be blessed.